Think you can wear whatever you want on a cruise ship? Think again. Every year, passengers get turned away from restaurants, denied entry to shows, and even publicly embarrassed, all because they didn't understand the dress code. And in 2026, the rules have changed more than you might expect. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about cruise ship dress codes this year, from the surprising items that will get you stopped at the door, to the insider tricks seasoned cruisers use to always look the part without overpacking. Whether you're a first-timer or a veteran, some of these will catch you off guard. Hit subscribe so you never miss a tip, and let's get into it. Number 1. The main dining room isn't casual. This is the mistake that catches more first-time cruisers than almost anything else. You've had a long day at the pool, you're starving, and you head straight to the main dining room in your swimsuit and flip-flops. Big mistake. On virtually every major cruise line, the main dining room has a strict dress code starting at dinner, and it's enforced more than you'd think. We're not talking black tie formal here, but shorts, swimwear, tank tops, and flip-flops are almost universally banned after 6 p.m. The host at the door has one job: check what you're wearing before you sit down. And if you don't meet the standard, you'll be politely but firmly redirected to the buffet. One frequent cruiser shared how her husband was turned away from the dining room on Royal Caribbean for wearing a sleeveless shirt. They had to go all the way back to their cabin, change, and return, only to find their reserved table had been given away. The fix is simple. For men, a collared shirt or a neat polo with long pants and closed-toe shoes will get you through almost any dining room on any ship. For women, a sundress, blouse, or smart casual outfit works perfectly. Think of it this way: if you'd wear it to a nice neighborhood restaurant back home, you're good. Number 2, formal nights are not optional. Here's a secret that surprises a lot of new cruisers. Most major cruise lines still have at least 1 or 2 formal nights per voyage, and skipping them means missing out on some of the best experiences on board. On formal nights, the main dining room transforms. The lighting changes, the menu elevates, and the atmosphere shifts into something genuinely special. The captain's welcome dinner, for example, is often a highlight of the entire cruise. But here's the part many passengers don't realize: if you show up underdressed, you won't get in. It's that simple. For men, the standard is a dark suit or a sport coat with dress pants. A tie is appreciated, but not always mandatory. For women, a cocktail dress, an elegant jumpsuit, or dressy separates are all perfect choices. Now, you don't need to pack a full suitcase of formal wear. Seasoned cruisers use a brilliant trick. They bring one versatile dark outfit and accessorize it differently for each formal night. A different tie, a statement necklace, or a pocket square can make the same outfit look completely new. And here's the real insider tip: if formal nights aren't your thing, you can still eat at the buffet or order room service in whatever you're wearing. But the guests who embrace it, they consistently say it's one of the most memorable parts of the voyage. Number 3, pool cover-ups aren't just polite, they're required. This one catches people off guard every single time. You're heading from the pool to grab lunch at the buffet, still dripping in your swimsuit. Seems normal, right? Not on a cruise ship. Nearly every cruise line requires a cover-up, sarong, or at minimum a dry shirt when you leave the pool deck area. This applies to the buffet, the bars, the shops, and especially the interior corridors. Walking through the ship in just a bikini or swim trunks will get you stopped, and on some lines, politely escorted back to your cabin to change. Why are they so strict? It comes down to hygiene and shared spaces. Wet swimwear on dining chairs creates sanitation issues, and dripping water on interior flooring is a genuine slip hazard that the crew has to deal with constantly. The solution couldn't be easier. Toss a lightweight cover-up or a dry t-shirt in your pool bag. It takes up almost no space, and it means you can move freely around the ship without any hassle. One experienced cruiser put it perfectly: a $10 cover-up from the gift shop saved her from awkward encounters 3 times in a single voyage. Number 4, shoes matter more than you think. Here's something most passengers overlook entirely: your footwear can make or break your access to certain venues on the ship, and the rules vary wildly depending on where you're headed. Flip-flops and rubber sandals are perfectly fine for the pool deck and the buffet during the day. But the moment you step toward the main dining room, the specialty restaurants, or the theater, they become a problem. Many cruise lines specifically ban rubber flip-flops in dining venues after 5 or 6 p.m. And it's not just about looks. Specialty restaurants, which you've often paid a premium to access, enforce even stricter standards. Some require closed-toe shoes for men and prohibit athletic sneakers entirely. The smart move? Pack one pair of versatile, comfortable dress shoes. For men, a clean loafer works with everything from chinos to a suit. For women, low wedges or dressy sandals, the kind with a strap rather than a rubber thong, cover virtually every venue on the ship. Think of your shoes as your access pass. The right pair opens every door. Number 5. Graphic tees and offensive slogans. This is the dress code violation that can escalate faster than any other, because it's not just about formality, it's about content. Cruise lines have clear policies against clothing with offensive language, explicit imagery, political messaging, or anything that could be considered disruptive to other guests, and they enforce it. A family on a Caribbean cruise shared how a fellow passenger was asked to return to his cabin and change because his t-shirt had a crude joke printed on the front. The crew was professional about it, but firm. He missed the first 30 minutes of a show he'd been looking forward to all week. It's worth remembering that cruise ships are family environments with passengers of all ages and backgrounds. What might seem like a funny shirt to you could be genuinely offensive to someone else sharing that elevator or dinner table. The rule of thumb: if you wouldn't wear it to a family gathering with your grandparents present, leave it at home. Stick with clean, neutral graphics or solid colors, and you'll never have to worry about being pulled aside. Number 6. The specialty restaurant trap. You've saved up, made a reservation at the ship's premium steakhouse or Italian restaurant, and you're excited for the best meal of the cruise. But here's what catches so many passengers off guard. Specialty restaurants almost always have a stricter dress code than the main dining room. And unlike the main dining room, where you might get a gentle suggestion, specialty venues will flat out refuse to seat you. No exceptions, no negotiation, and no refund for your missed reservation. On Celebrity, for example, their fine dining venues explicitly require smart attire, which means no jeans, no shorts, no sneakers, and no casual t-shirts. Holland America and Princess have similar standards for their premium restaurants. The frustrating part? Many passengers don't check the dress code until they're standing at the host stand, dressed wrong, watching their reservation window close. Here's your secret weapon. Before your cruise, check the dress code for every restaurant you've booked. This information is available on the cruise line's website and in the app. Screenshot it, share it with everyone in your group, and when in doubt, overdress slightly. No one has ever been turned away from a cruise restaurant for looking too polished. Number 7. Embarkation day matters too. Most passengers think dress codes only kick in at dinner, but here's something the cruise lines don't always make obvious. Your first impression starts at embarkation, and what you wear that day sets the tone for your entire cruise. Why does this matter? Because embarkation day photos are often taken in the terminal or on the gangway, and these tend to be some of the most shared photos from the entire trip. Beyond photos, you'll also likely head straight to lunch in the buffet or main dining room, explore the ship, and possibly attend the muster drill. Showing up in pajama pants or overly casual beachwear means spending the first few hours of your vacation feeling out of place while other passengers are already in cruise mode. The seasoned cruiser move is to board in something comfortable but put together. Think travel smart casual, neat shorts or pants, a clean top, and comfortable walking shoes. You'll feel confident, photograph well, and be ready for anything the first day throws at you. One well-traveled cruiser summed it up: dress like you're meeting someone important on day one. Because you are. You're meeting the crew who'll take care of you all week. Number 8. What changed in 2026? Here's where things get interesting, because cruise lines have been quietly updating their dress codes, and not everyone has caught on yet. Several major lines have relaxed their formal night requirements. Royal Caribbean, for example, now uses the term dress to impress instead of formal, giving passengers more flexibility while still maintaining a standard. Carnival has shifted toward cruise elegant, which means you can skip the full suit and opt for a dress shirt with nice pants. But while some rules have loosened, others have tightened. More cruise lines are enforcing dress standards at the pool deck bars, which used to be a free-for-all, and several lines have added specific language about athleisure, making it clear that yoga pants and gym shorts don't qualify as evening attire, even in the buffet after 6 p.m. The big takeaway? The dress code landscape is shifting. What worked on your cruise 3 years ago might not fly today. Always check your specific cruise line's current guidelines before you pack. A quick visit to their website or app will show you exactly what's expected, and it could save you from an embarrassing moment at the worst possible time. And that's it. 8 dress code secrets that can make the difference between a smooth, stress-free cruise and an evening spent eating a burger at the buffet while your friends enjoy filet mignon in the dining room. It's not about being fancy, it's about being prepared. A little planning before you pack means you'll never be caught off guard, never miss a reservation, and never have to do the walk of shame back to your cabin to change. If this helped you cruise smarter, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop Cruise Smart in the comments. Until next time, smooth seas and happy sailing.